work first. Okay, now it's theoretically working.
The Adam side of the bracket has been nothing but he's hitting Bugatti. And then he's hitting the winner of Grant and Rumble. And then next he's hitting it that was yeah. I was
Okay.
Yeah. And one person gets first, they have to, and then they do go through. What is it
yeah. Where is Robin?
Hey, are you both okay if I live stream it?
Yes, fine.
Okay, cool. It should be fine. Here. Shall be back still.
No, just something like that.
About RG.
Yeah.
What?
It's all there. People confuse it out. Like people like you unknown. But the worry is like that. I mean, like
yeah, that's the problem. So, and Adam's pretty good activator. So.
We have probably like everything done there.
Yeah, but it's good, right? Are you on it?
All right.
That would be.
Let's break down.
She didn't think to be this.
Who? Who's activating?
Oh,
They just.
Data
There's
There's not much they can do.
bad.
There's not much they can do. Like, aside from the critique.
you got that Enoch shit. Totally missed that.
Jacob, who's Adam's final panel?
Marshall Thompson, Dan Chapkin, and Vinko.
That's pretty good for Adam.
I think so, yeah. Vinko just got the Bugatti on. You didn't put numbers after your card names, so.
That's fantastic.
At least
Yeah,
On that table.
Reject the slice roll
Sorry.
and it's evaluated with analytics.
There you go.
There you go.
I think
Just reject the dates.
yeah, I think a little bit of zero, you're right. What kind of flashlight? I think we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And it's really when you.
Why did y'all want such a low price?
Because we knew that we would not want to get
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam, I know we have you are
Check, double check.
And
Yes.
we only try.
Guys, there's like a new strike card, so don't.
Oh my fucking God.
Are you why? Strike me, please.
I don't know. Just a new strike card. It's. All I know is that instead of Fight Fennell, they added Cheryl Kazmierska and Duke to this. to the five strike
What
card.
is going on?
Wait, but
I don't understand if there's a panel for here.
No,
Right.
it's right, so the other two people in the strike card aren't here.
I don't know why they're resetting it. I have absolutely no idea.
Well, I think.
What?
Okay. Wait, who the other two?
Cheryl, Cavs American, duties.
Who's still on the Amazon?
So,
Armand, is still on.
I don't know. I think it's an all new.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why?
Hey, more you don't know.
Jackson Nick.
From.
Doesn't matter.
Still being reset or?
Bacon.
Huh?
I think, and
Really?
I don't know if it's good being reset. That's a good question.
I think it's a good question.
I hope you just hurry up and
get it done by tomorrow.
That is your nickname.
It is your nickname. You like chose it.
How is anybody gonna choose?
That's why you committed the act that led to the nickname.
Oh my god.
You wanted to be called.
No, he
I
did.
used just made that up.
Is it a 5 or is it?
No, it's a five thing,
The way
it's
they
a
have
strike.
it now, they have all 5.
Yeah, it's a strike card.
Well, now we're gonna know who these are.
I don't really know what's happening.
You think you're gonna judge?
I mean, I'm on a panel right now, so probably.
I know that.
Are we streaming?
We are streaming, I think.
Wait, so like everyone watching just heard us dancing?
That's-
Yeah.
Alright, come on
I'll
out.
risk people. It's actually a spreadsheet. Or not.
Yeah.
That's what. Okay, or may not.
So disgusting and musty, but I think we get like acclimated to smell maybe. Which is like a good thing, but. Oh, they're installing new horse pictures. So. I'm not even kidding. That is what they're doing. So, no, they have like a really weird laser device that like draws a straight line on the wall, but I was paying attention, just looking at my phone, like walked into it, and it actually kind of freaked me out a little bit. Like laser, walk across my body, on the wall. It's good story.
Alright, who do we think's gonna be on this one?
Who is currently on that?
It's us three and Doobie, X Merrick.
I kind of think us three still, but you know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think.
I think it's real similar.
I think you're definitely gonna be on it. I think there's a chance that one of us gets.
Swap for like Doobie.
For Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know Cheryl very well.
Oh, actually,
No, I think Doobie is out.
She's like a Lexington.
Oh,
Keel's
I'm pretty sure Keel's gonna strike Cheryl. You can rather fluster with her decision for them.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. So Harker's gonna choose between Doobie and us.
I think
A dubious choice.
And what we gained on 7 years worth.
I don't know.
Really tempting.
Slide out could be the least strategic for Harker, I suppose. Actually, how do they resolve it if they both end up striking the same person?
Tactics.
Okay. We should go love it down.
But what if it's like 4 mutual?
I guess they just kind of use their above, their super knowledge.
Charian gets his divine inspiration. That I think.
Something. There's so many people watching. I'm kind of, this is really good.
I'm really surprised by that.
This is.
It's because the room is stuck.
The Christian broad route.
Yeah, he's like,
oh,
yeah.
There's like music blaring right now. They're gonna start yelling at each other. It's gonna be great. Well, to watch, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I guess that's true. What's the panel there?
5 people.
Yeah, 5.
Yes, you do.
Yo, don't forget your jacket is here.
All right. Just go ahead and pass them down.
Okay, hold on, my hand is sticky.
I believe it's only in fever when it's better around the topic in minorities. That's the only That's not true. That's all every page looks like it. And then on Jackson. So I'm taking Jackson now.
Salim's like, I just heard y'all's had a conversation about who they're gonna strike. Last time. Yeah. On the live stream.
Yeah.
Hey, Salim.
What is that?
No, nothing.
Is that color code?
No, there's nothing.
Wait, Salim.
Yeah, he was just watching the live stream.
No.
He's like,
Hey,
hey,
I'm fine.
well, they presumably only have they're
Oh,
probably not gonna tell us.
That's what it
I don't know if Jackson is teaching us.
From like December.
Like, I like vitamin C, but like not.
And there's just not anything on there. It's like,
Just use spicy. You've seen the list.
Alright. I got you.
Yeah, Tom Duke.
How's it going?
Well, last night Jake was like, all right, that's the only pages to look at.
I think it's the flash drive.
I see where this debate is.
Actually,
Adam beat Jackson in prelim, and the round was literally only questions.
Wait, wouldn't this literally mean you can't read this out? Then your aptitude is so low.
Which one are you looking at?
Counterplan is supposed to look at.
Can you look at passivity? I can't.
That would technically be like this as that.
Alright.
He's read that in front of me.
Because imagine that the negative aptitude was squad, and then you're not saying it's squad, you just use the app, rather you should do them both because of the disadvantage room. I guess not.
What is the perm to this quote?
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, sure that, but I don't think you're that for that reason.
They got to be plus.
Yeah, Bob, am I getting an explanation on that theory shot? Like, what is the? I honestly didn't like catch fully what the gist of it is. Like, what are the?
Y'all heard of that theory shell that says you cannot read non-mutually exclusive counterplans?
We're back to the
So, like-
1960s.
Yeah.
Or from the octave today. Sorry. The like
Alright, can I see this one?
abuse theory versus.
Oh, the Stern thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so like,
Apparently some old school, I didn't invent it.
Okay.
How would that contribute?
Yeah, it's like
Wait, what was it?
all theories about norms creation. So you can read a theory shell where there's no violation, but there's uniqueness from communal norms. So like, if you think the norms are bad, you can read the theory and like, you should change it to know that it's not happening.
Wait, who read that?
So like, I changed.
Yeah.
I found out the second half is right. What was the intro?
Well, there are also some actually okay arguments for it. That's like if obviates an equipment in RBI, so it's being active in theory. I don't know. I kind of don't like any norms arguments at all. So.
You wanted.
Yeah.
True.
It was pretty sad when you said Dan looked pretty sad.
Fat Daddy.
Oh, sorry.
I prefer Fat Daddy. Fat Diddy. Fat Diddy B. This is really awkward. This is all live stream. That's okay.
Is live stream already started?
Oh yeah.
That's hot.
You better make sure it's like the 1 out of 6 funny jokes, not the.
Okay, I made a really good one this morning. It was really good.
It's true, I had it.
You didn't,
Awkward.
because it was about you.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
that was
so
I didn't know.
good.
You didn't tell me what it
That
was.
was so good.
Just give the joke we were from.
Oh, so
No,
much
nothing
better.
was better
It
than
So
was
that.
much
actually
better.
about Pronounced Mom.
It was
but
still.
also about-
There's no better joke.
I
than
hope my mother isn't watching this.
Oh. That would be. That's the only thing that could make us better. You check my mom. I wish I had typed on the number.
I think they're turning their card actually.
There, what?
I think that Peninsula's turning their card.
We already turned ours in yours.
I walked past Wheeler as I was coming back, so. Unless you did it in some sneaky way, like send a carrier pigeon or something.
And we have to go do it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Are we not? Am I still judging? Oh, I see. You're judging. You can be the third judge.
Whoa.
So I just got a message from Salim about things I've said on the live stream.
What did he say?
He's like, you're always awkward.
That's a big help.
That is.
That was a response to you saying, oh, live stream's on.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Facebook photo from 2 years ago.
Sam Doobie, Eric Degree, Jacob Mills, Bob Tomasi.
Bob, you're out. Yeah.
Alright, peace, y'all.
The you, sir.
That's Rebecca's.
That's mine.
I know. What give it away? What give it? Oh, it's too late now. But I gave it away.
Don't touch my stuff.
I think you know mine. All right, well,
I had it.
Again.
Walked in and out of this room so much.
Just, right? Can I walk out one more time?
Walk right in.
You should stay out until everything is ready to go. Right, you should do this.
Hey, I have from.
My first room, I thought I didn't call it correct. And so it was not. It doesn't matter if it's true. I would do it others. And so I made, so I made this shirt that was like, baby.
I would think so. I think we showed people in there. I think it's last round.
Are you good at that?
Yeah.
What happens in the meeting?
I want to say it's Pentagram. Like super stout.
Are you expecting to get? Are you expecting to
Expecting some frivolous theory arguments. Seems to be a strategy. Some things that are kind of manipulative, gambling, but apparently not exactly.
Okay.
Maybe an NP and probably a counter plan.
What?
Seems like a real bad theory. That's what we're trying.
What's your Traverse theory?
This is stupid.
Oh, Jake, what was the argument that Marshall was talking about? And
We got evidence?
I don't know. I wasn't there for the rest of the evidence. It's like one I was like, I don't need to justify or
So
answer.
we read a card that's, Nate Cohn, the former Georgetown policy coach,
Okay.
saying why he thinks politics is dead, et cetera, lies. Because debaters type up cards and they're attacking on Twitter, and you string them together and you get a scenario that's much more likely than it actually is.
Right.
But part of his conclusion, or like the root cause of that problem, is it's the problem with the burger joiner. That arguments are assumed to start out from the same, and we're down there, that's hard.
Didn't you just card nails 15 for that argument?
I told him not to card one.
They submit.
What about it probably is?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Reno's been reading Curry, or New York's been reading Curry all the time.
Anyways, oh yeah, so if your card is in the app, it's like a fancy, it's equal resets, it always has like.
Right.
But the exploded card is more of a general plan with. Urban mean, they're at 100. Pretty good. And, today.
Aww.
Really.
Hey, that's so neat. Aw,
It becomes a lot more strong with the 2 hour answer, and the 2 hour. And,
Yeah.
And then, Brian Engler, whatever.
Yeah. Close.
You got a flash drive now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I didn't have a long paragraph on it. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll give you a brief overview. Today is 03, definitely more of a pragmatic guy. I think, I tend to think of the app can specify a position. And be kind of empirical, here's why it's bad, here's why it kills people, are probably the arguments that I'm going to look. And I'll do my best to keep up with you, but you can talk a lot fast and I can slow. If it's in a card, I'll read it up around. If it's written down, I'll read it up around. If it's analytics, you should probably slow down a little bit for me, and I'll make the best effort to.
Do you have any observations about theory? Like,
I think theory more times than not is for gamesmanship, and I think that's okay, but for me to vote on it, it's gotta be really abusive or really a crush. Things that are, I don't vote on theory when it's like, we'll do other arguments around.
Okay, does that also apply to Top Kelly?
Yeah, same thing. You gotta be beating them over the head. You wouldn't Top Gallery for me to vote on theory or Top. I'll vote on them, but it's gotta be like, I gotta be able to figure it out. I guess if it's close, I won't vote on them. I'd rather vote on case terms or case arguments.
I'm ready to go. We're all good now?
Yep.
Alright, sounds good.
Part 1 of the framework. The standard is consequential. The first, the constitutional obligation state protects us and injury and all accountable for the public you're good at 95. Each illustrates the policy sense of the injury, example your space country face the public likewise as possible. The reason of national rights to the inability to action and issues not everyone's fully committed to organize, to collectively became active individuals are not collective teams with great different instructions. Yes, individuals or certain private and how they can operate in their collective venture, special things, secure price, public security price, use so. Role playing as a government key to real teach 3 unique reasons. Joiner 99 use of debating the effect of pedagogical role playing solution helps students understand different perspectives and role playing culture to experience consequences. Students benefits make them actively engaged. Students can be allowed to free groups like equal despite this policy realize complexity of applying different law become realized with contemporary United policy agenda and thus excellent vehicle for real world analysis of legal events. Second is the act of mission distinction doesn't exist with in action there's still intentional choices Rachel's. To draw things to useful words, supposed to see the difference between action and action will work when we lost we do perform the act. I cannot take my blood, you let it die, but realize we can never remove your body in all sorts of ways. There's no act of mission distinction are we allowed to justify as usual for morally help for every instance. Third, this moral status is based on singular degrees, i.e. lying telling you different degrees broadly some damage judgment they're purely binary since it doesn't appear violation society will lead to versus ethical disability once he appears with essentially worse than other. Alexander. Our guilty judgments are binary and actually forbidden from this will get the no such terms of properties matters. Resource and moral judgment provides skill to bigger properties that any skillers and skillers license to express to be morally better or worse. The consequence after trouble mapping the binary chemistry proper skill on all sides must be challenges and puzzles. Part 2 is the plan. Text. The United States federal government ought to pay a living wage to military personnel. I reserve the right to clarify. Ms. 14. The amendment will be there was going to be Congress federal employees plus the laws of the talking about the fair social disability living wage or some slate employees and it's inherent military wage for insufficient based responsibility state list figure and 14. Let's say into what 20,000 households 25 states still active taking aid and self software is include low page higher cost of living for enlisted soldier pay starts at 18,000 less for studios paid 13 of course destroyed and by military government start looking paycheck those paychecks aren't enough to make it speech with the question of the need for rate in terms of security that should be assumption for us. Part 3 is advantage. The pursuit of hedge is inevitable. It's just a question of effectiveness. Tell us 9. The Japanese by no means faded to any time since traditional U.S. pursuit dominance always be distinguished as pursuit dominance obtained fundamental the issue of power through redefining the United States world renewing the foundation of U.S. recovery, U.S. action military readiness, U.S. recruitment is low now, 3 reasons, base 13. Finding to destroy the military doesn't mean increasingly challenge the economy, makes recruitment less challenging, operates against U.S. military, but the roads are reduced by economic and economic science, economic improvement, and other factors are inflated because of decisions about the don't recommend military service multiple uses overweight. The asset currently nobody experienced military is getting smaller. Recruitment for U.S. military effective COSHAP 08. For more than a century, the U.S. military has been over developing and deploying the most advanced weapon systems in the world. As the military to protect the quality of itself, or being back to the U.S. military, adequate numbers, high quality military, high quality military system, and adequate ratio of private and the U.S. military responsibility to never take sufficient numbers, quality beside growing costs, and service personnel requirements to be expected in coming years. Readiness prevents recruited power war, and existential crisis isn't. Very much fun, so much with cash service. Chairman of wants to read the very dark. Let's never forgot a fashion hardcore solvency. First is private sector competition. Obama's capital military principle against 2014 can't be with private sector growth. Facts 13. Obama will cap a very U.S. military principle because of the impact on the economic federal losses and with weight based on employment costs and laws states president alternative pay just for the past week is Congress for pay cost for the accounting military wage for the private sector. The administration once Congress starts capital military for the private sector for the caps we can retention readiness. Uniquely high military wages compared to the private sector, key to attracting members to the military. Sharp 01. The labor force is largely not like the composition of labor force recognize difference to be important because wages historically driven different rates for different groups. Wage private sector growth faster increase in the military wage rate less of an edge. Throughout the history of the military versus national and above average to attract high quality recruits. Empirically proven volunteers are low income workers. Gibber 06. Working volunteers will the rights to military with their lower section on strategy workers to the military refuge. Like if the hospital labor market is rather wanted than many desirable equal employment opportunities. And second is work distance and low wage tool military readiness, financial strength, and effective military operations. Let's say you're 14. Pentagon recognized the principle of financial readiness service members and families must maintain the same position readiness stated financial strength military against the best part of this year's fluid for pay raise 1% the U.S. pay cap or potential readiness impacting the military on the type of composite and not specific jobs lifespan of being most financial translate to more stress and more stress and service member. And the U.S. DoD reached monopolist competition controls advantage to the labor Ash 08. A growing research literature finds that air monopolist labor market weaknesses the U.S. labor defense service obviously can do monopoly because the DoD is one full and large more military new military control and probably small of the overall important national push with high graduate. This means no negative effect on employment of wage increase specifically monopoly industry increased overall employment beyond 13. A positive employment monopoly monopoly the wage or to retire from the quality most to the wage like the high by inducing the labor market entry there, but many firms can increase the obstacle and wage plus the employment related to employees that increase the amount of employees the reservation to exceed the obstacle wages. Underview first. Only applicants RBIs include there's no use or officer counter contribution with around 50 reasons. A's times you makes 6 to 8 equals the only speed time is short, 7 times 6 minutes charges, times the next go subsidy, no FCA calculated short times you state I don't have timing or actually doesn't matter. B it's reciprocity, but it's quantity of course either doing subsidy but in order to win the day always gets violation of your government's asking starts together always have structural major restaurant is key to emergency absolute response as far as your access valid. Second solutions to critical must be self pragmatic first hedge fund couch 408. A hybridizing strategy loss policy high interest practice ideological hybridizing constructively you take down the more deviation exposed to the hedge fund strength inspire high hybridizing strategy will expose the instability properly shape the hedge fund force revenue just live up to take this more accountable manner how to it's worth it dominant discourse strategy application from use feeling feel deal as far as you build comic industrial ease of discretion transparency or legitimacy. Press X.
What conflicts is readiness going to stop?
There's no specific conflicts. The app claims that it's necessary to.
The app says North Korea and Iran. What conflicts are going to occur as a result of the existence of North Korea and Iran?
Okay, it talks about specific regional threats within them. There's the Iranian
region. Threat to whom and what? So threat to whom? For that. Korea and Iran.
The argument is that they pose a. Like the evidence is specific to how Iranian nuclear weapons pose a threat to the United States.
Iranian nuclear weapons?
Or possible nuclear weapons.
Possible nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
Okay, this was written 2 years before the deal, right? The historic Iran deal that happened a few months ago.
That's the Strap
okay.
13.
So let's talk about North Korea then. North Korea nuclearization causes what exactly?
You identify 2 scenarios that are examples of what my card is talking about.
My evidence is talking about why readiness
readiness is key to the effective functioning of our military. That does seem key to deter most conflicts,
okay.
Not just a single North Korea and single Iran conflict.
Right. Your use evidence. Your argument is that readiness is low right now because people don't receive a living wage, and that means that we won't be able to respond to threats right now.
So there's 3 different
the US,
reasons.
my question. The U.S. outspends militaries
14 to what? Like the last 14 economies in the world do not spend as much on the
About
military
right to me.
as we do.
If that
So
anything
why-
that's uniqueness evidence for that fact that we will continue to pursue Japanese, the argument is
I
not
understand
effective
your
because we don't
argument. My
pay our
question is,
military enough.
What's the threshold? What's the rink? for
A higher
military
wage,
readiness?
our evidence is really good. It says that
A
now is
higher
key.
wage?
Now is key because Obama just said
So
we're
let's
going
talk
to
about
increase
specific
wages by
cards.
1%. That's not even inflation.
Let's talk about your cards. for
Yeah.
now. Which cards say that right now the U.S. is severely lacking in military readiness in terms of its
The
responsiveness? to
entirety of
war
the solvency evidence.
Okay, so let's go through specific cards.
Absolutely.
The first one is labeled private sector growth. Use Max 13.
Private sector competition.
Yeah. So your argument is just that there's a pay gap. Where does it indicate that there is a threshold or rink that will be crossed that will make the U.S. ineffective in responding to military?
Oh, that's the offensive advantages. That's the top with the Mays evidence and the Kosiak evidence. Mays
Sure.
evidence
So
is good.
Mays says that recruits are going to be tough.
Mays
on-
says that we have not seen the effects of it because we just now passed in
That's from 2
2014.
years ago. When will we see the effects of it?
Okay, because right now, 2014 to 2015, the pay increase was 1%. That is less than inflation. That means
Sure.
real
At what
wages
point
are
will you
going down.
Feel the effects.
That
Yeah.
means our military is becoming less effective now. That means all your evidence of the United States has
What
spent
things are
$14 billion isn't relevant because I'm talking about
I have a question
specific.
about a separate internal link for
Yeah.
Readiness, you say, is the key internal link to preparedness. Are there any other things that are necessary for preparedness, or is it just readiness, like having an infinite number of recruits?
Okay, that's not what readiness means. Readiness is our ability to be able to respond to conflicts. The
Our
argument
internal
is that,
scenario is about recruits.
right, so
People join the military.
recruits are key to readiness. That's a separate link. But that, your definition of readiness is incorrect.
Okay. So what exactly do recruits do to contribute to readiness?
That's the entirety of the solvency section.
No, you're just telling me that the entirety of the access claims. No, specific arguments and
Okay,
specific claims.
specific claims.
Which
First,
specific
if
arguments?
people aren't
do
paid enough, they have to worry about
Which
dying on the field.
evidence? Which card?
Look, I can just say this entire solvency cards. I can name solvency
I'd
cards.
like you to read me lines. I'm gonna start prep.
Okay, do you just want me to read you lines that say?
It says that recruiting is key to readiness, specifically in the context of right now. I
Okay.
noticed from 2 years ago, if any evidence, if any degree of recency.
Okay, all of the evidence is predictive because it's talking about the 2014 increase, which is a difference between all of your evidence. So first, the first piece of news that Congress worked hard to fix the pay cost by repeatedly capping military wages. Congress starts to accept proposals to cap military before the pay caps continue.
How much does the
Because they have weakened retention and readiness.
Thank you,
That's a
Bob.
direct quote. Do you want me to keep going? Because every card has a line like
Can
that.
I ask a separate question?
Absolutely.
Thanks. How much does the app pay people? How much more? What percentage?
Whatever a living wage would constitute. We
What
don't
does a living
specify
wage
an amount.
constitute in the context of a military, where the military requires things like food, shelter?
No, it's for their
electricity?
families, so a living wage is
For their
defined by the
families?
amount of money
Oh,
that
so
the
living
family
wage
needs to meet. Cleland evidence is really, really
So
clear.
what
It says
constitutes
that they
basic
serve-
needs then? Your evidence says basic needs. What constitutes those?
So those are living standards, that's Letzinger evidence. I'm talking
In
about
terms
the
of living standards are-
McClellan evidence, which
Which
is,
terms of living standards are?
I mean, Akil, this doesn't seem like a relevant question. If you want me to
I think it
specify
does.
amount, I'm not gonna specify an amount.
I'm asking.
All, I will
determination.
concede that all of your cards that talk about the living wage link into the affirmative. If it
I'm
talks about a
asking-
living wage, it links. I'm not gonna give you access to
I'm
counterclaim ground.
asking a question because I want to know what it says I can read. Can you answer my question?
Anything that
about
talks about the living
determination of what
wage
a living
links.
does?
I will not give you a specific
Okay.
specification because that allows counterclaim different specification.
Okay.
You have all the ground you could ever want.
Yep.
Oh, is there? Look at that. I didn't recognize it. I know him. Yeah. That one. It's a little low. I will. I nailed him with your good hands.
40. Yep. One is the ToC borders. It's made 2 off case. Starting on the T spikes.
The T spikes?
Yeah, the RBI stuff.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. You would hear it.
I feel there's nothing on here. I think you might have saved it to the other flash drive.
Okay. Sure. Try this one, I guess.
Turning on the appendages after the 2 off.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone else ready?
One moment. I'm ready.
Let's give it a minute and see what this is.
All right. First off, in topicality interpretation, the absolute English requirements apply to all relevant employers. Paper behind the label. Definition 42 ILO Convention 95 and 131 of English applies to all workers. Violation. First, the U.S. employees people inside military contractors. And second, it should apply to all workers not military contractors. This is here you specify the planning test standards. First, limit. Which in an hour of abuse. Each one is clash only after everything one side discussion. For example, like the clash or to be asked one particular leader always a current engagement allowed to share employers size that generic clinical access to oftentimes the employers building citizenship. You need to see one type of literature. It's advised the active defense brothers of the core literature in both offices of which an abstract or the context of active jurisdiction equally intended to define private second ILO definition, which is the degree of representation of the world that has the basic senses and that's specific definitions of what's wrong with the term in the context of something else. This that way is one equal bit of course to the advantages which have generic lack of fashion, solid fake fills for decisions, turns all their options rolling. 84. You kind of debate exactly rough topics, contact with the number of the same rough topics, terrifying announcements, readers are already filled with red. We have topics I heard historic issues, which find that students are about 4 side rough topics, some also to the program. This acts also been about you ask to avoid many answers. So even if they think correct, some asking back what people do. Second, the second round, 8 equals 6. I don't know, second, key checking specific country asking specific correct. Arcadian needs to ask specific terms, reserves, specific important things, but also allows both sides to have evidence to participate in discussions that only one entity, one kind of whole body, as to the impact or including the findings that which are recorded is that now voter, vote on fairness and its mandating wins and losses, and the opposite of the vote for the better tier 2 education is competitive efficient with the activity as schools want to be in education like drop the differences one and that's related to the evaluation of substance for me and I had to alter my strategy to respond to about that 2 reject your no question because checking process. It's the plan. You can just like take a plan, and if you want to, like, too bad. Framework. Using the interpretation, we would need to calculate the blue consequentials and one reason to complete the argument. And groups to be four reasons to be first reach the one by the engage in unfair practices and get willing to even for inspired to top with no sense how it's like an umbrella the gas on the number either he's topical or he's not. Last thing I'm talking about the effort has be topical so when you counter it includes the research of how it only shows that the act is topical under the next topic politics. TBA the book to pass now that's close or wants to be done recommend these to avoid any one TTP success or rally 45 that's radio which is practices out of the solution the TTP timing is crucial because let me feel conference and confirm favor field TBA is crucial negotiating confidence not either not obstacles the administration is like fiercely to looking with support TBA with the that's enough options fair ability 270 votes to pass Obama link literally schools of home credibility Republicans conservative Democrats who are afraid of backlash stress 13 Obama's push in the way the pros of Congress and Republican has one native actually say the story TBA is a tough vote for Democrats that requires Obama DC the plan based strategy 3 and 2 even rotating members of Congress were interviewed with Obama, Harker and his Republican to the vote. One suggestion he lost over the voters. One, Joe Hillman to Gibson, season on the vote on trade. Republicans, the Democrats full, and go get that number of issues 20 in the House. Democrats running from 20 which made Obama's unpopular RNC and helping issues split this being president. That's still moving into the distraction meetings for Clinton. It was all hands on deck, calls to individual monitors that talks to Obama's Captain rally subordinates the agenda, he will need the space for decisions in the warrant, spending crucial capital change will herald this report. Mark support. It's now or never the plan to push the TD off the agenda. Superior Force 21, there is a regulation that merely fast to give resource setback. Such as 16 months to the date now set, and I've only done 16 until July 4th, the Congress calendar, right? You know, to kill TV with Congress and other important issues now solved. TPA is also trade class gentlemen. 14. The WTO is really dysfunctional. US left after TPA and TPR are the the role how TPA is TPA TPA thought European started to negotiate before TPA is in place to virtual digital trade across global and regional for perfect start distribution trade policies. This is big world market. This is over 80% world output causes global hotspot escalation. Trade is dissolved and turns case to hero. 14. Within the European trade negotiations underway, direct influence of insecurity. Iraq number one word zero, which is include house and peace processes. International negotiations with Iran and running trouble disputes, hiding tensions in the strategy. I don't believe found Russia being unpredictable. Russian diplomacy in Ukraine. Negative globalization helps stabilize key regions of trade and security. Following World War II and key element, which are wide increasing tension every day. American religion and terror results when we our nation strengthening security. I think economic alliance is imperative. Another factor in mind is the using now the case debate sort of the arguments are ridiculous and logical. First thing comes up to the pattern of the difficulty entirety of totality. Reason the hospital that possibly some people as I said conscious and equity totality does we feel this means that there's a chilling effect and as a one be any totality of the device one hospital app now you're able to tax you not all because you just cover up also your fault on hospital app tax you all the tax on the impact you retail today now you're aware that the app is good force that you actually check all your offense you have a massive use the graphs you should not get RDS the point is reciprocity it's not reciprocity it's still reciprocity this is one you're also no reason why RDS that you can recently use now again several missing internal in the case first there's no internal for why we're the key to trade globalization your advantages military is about the question of high technology and developing international trade. There's no military evidence. Second, it's really old, so you should prepare this later. Also, no internal military evidence. First of all, you have to have high explanation. Now, no war. Even if it's no, not gonna do that, of course. Regional actors solve war. Data 11, 15 after the Cold War. US against the Cold War military. So you can class it. China transformed. Future started. The EU is on the climate change. United States with the whole second war. South Korea 40 times by the population of North Korea. America, military, Europe, the second class, or socially the border. We can reach out America's conference, all the people from the region. Before my head, there's not even a war scenario. Yeah, America says there might be some war in the future, which you would somehow specific evidence that actually predicts wars as opposed to Europe, which is protection that also goes exceptional. Wrong America, relative powers, finding local international stability with offshore balancing now solved and the organization May 12. Otherwise, the local the region, no power looking to the US, the local issues, communication power, this one confidence ability, effective with South East priorities, national affairs, force offshore balancing, US abuses rather than development and each the rest of our table, several technology, bullshit, this is not max affairs. Advantages, the United States strike weapons, then control capabilities, superior impulsion, the constant coordination, building off or not produce, and deal with organizing backlash, so which to fuel as long as distributed our responsibility is power plus the issue between national economy, US contract, climate change, all these must come across the future issues to the issue of these Americans, climate raising and exceptional such that the case of goals and region you say is competitiveness on hedge. It's the same thing. Europe is a US military power. Transformation is very basis versus the book that the whole belt, finally no unique is US outside of the military by 21 means that there is no total threshold. We should prefer that there's no break. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Alright, Akil, what's the impact of politics?
Trade.
Global hotspot escalation?
Yeah.
Okay, global hotspot escalation, can you define that for everyone?
So I think you're going to point out that there's a defense on war.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's defense to your war scenario because the
No, I'm confused. Global hotspot escalation seems to be the definition of what regional actors can stop. Global hotspot escalation is regional actors in certain areas
regional
compete with each other.
Incentives to stop them if they have no trade relations with other nations.
Wait, I'm very confused. Okay, so if I
there's
straight turn politics, then I control the internal and offense in the app?
If you straight turn politics, it's the only offensive scenario in the round. So yes.
Okay, so politics is the only offense in the round?
Yeah, I mean, defense to your scenario, there are impact turns to hegemony, which you would have to answer.
Wait, impact turns to hedge, which are war, right? But you also read defense on war?
Yeah, you concede everything, but yes, politics is the only possible
Okay, and if I just straight turn that, that sounds cool. Where's the link on
I
politics?
think that there's still an impact turn.
Okay, where's the link to politics?
You ask it, then
Capacity with. Okay, read to me any line of evidence that you read that says the words living wage.
Okay. So, Freeman 2.2 is a link about how Obama needs to focus. So that's the focus link.
Freeman 2.2 is Obama needs to focus.
Yeah.
So am I right in saying that the link is overcrowding?
Yeah, agenda crowd out link.
Agenda crowd out? Okay, tough votes, but none of your evidence one more will prevent us from passing
I
politics.
think topicality probably passes.
That sounds good. I think you're seeing that you're screwed on substance. Let's go to topicality. So on topicality, what limits did you lose as a result of me specifying a specific portion?
Well, I think it's the entirety of the limits claim. It's also an issue of competing interests, so it's not about
No, I understand.
But in terms of in-round abuse, like, yeah, that's like. They're incredibly overfunded. So yeah, it's unpredictable, hard to cut
Okay,
next
what-
to can't assess debates.
Okay, what I'm confused about is you say limits destroy because app explodes to any single combination of actors, is that right? But under your interpretation, there are literally 20 apps, maybe. There are 20 countries.
No,
in
there are
the
more
room
than
that
20
can-
countries in the world. So there you go.
No, I understand. There are 20 countries for which there is a solvency advocate that talks about a living wage.
I disagree.
Okay, let's say there are 40. I'll give you the benefit of the
I
doubt.
think there's a number of nations in the
And you
world.
think
that
there
have
is a
political
solvency
control.
advocate for every one of those that says the
Probably.
living wage? And for every sector?
No, you can't spec sectors.
No, that's my point. So do you think there's a solvency advocate that specs living wage for every sector?
Okay, so let's consider the topics that this debate has had, right? People
And smart. Whoa, right, those are
military
examples
workers,
of permitted.
right? et
Can you
cetera,
give
et
me,
cetera.
can you
All
give
spec-
me examples of countries? I can name 10 countries off the top of my head.
That's
Those are
it's really good.
the 10 countries that have the living wage specific to the entire thing. I'm
Okay,
confused.
what's your
10,
question?
10 countries for which the living wage is true for the entire country. That's evidence that needs to exist for it to have to exist.
I don't understand your question.
That's
You're
fine.
arguing-
I'll start.
I don't have one.
Did you read all of the other stuff?
I did.
Okay, 157. The order will be, we'll start on the app, with, so
Oh,
Kate.
sorry, we're
Yeah.
gonna. Okay, sorry, go for it.
Okay, order will be case,
Okay, order will be case, politics, then the T.
Okay. So on the case, I'm starting on like the advantage probably, right?
Correct.
You gonna start with the calendar?
Huh? T start with the counter trip and then the interrupt debate.
Okay.
Okay, everyone ready?
Concede that like argument against me about the United States Supreme Court will also consider truly back credit is extended number two that's the missing truly for the ready there is no truly credit says people work question high college work that there is also no truly in fact it's also extend the you can also say first evidence that the health happens AC that there is no transition because the United States that the United States job is responsible there is no impact by administration policy division. So on politics, Link is absolutely terrible. The credit Link is terrible. The speech is already much bills like going to be passed before the TBA resolution, and even his evidence that's the first step to reason. And he just his evidence also for it's also very which means that the credit Link has already happened. Has already happened. It's not going to happen status quo, which means. There is question part of create education. Plan solve. Plan is quickly possible. That's conceded. This for Republicans, but also Hennigan and the Hennigan 14. With Republican George probably an article to reject what's called credit budget. This means that the purpose also with the reason why it passes and also laws policy because also laws policy would be able to because like all the evidence his link is absolutely terrible. No new links to the 2 months. Go to one of your strategies. My strategy is based on that. Then let's go to top cal. Start with counter. Permitted a topical real world evidence constituted by government instead including a specific section is managed 12. Permitting supports the argument for higher people in practice alternatives to the necessary device from themselves related to the potential display distribution crucial towards the these relation. I mean my says to be done depending on political consequences also means that I don't have to defend exactly because that would be all words by a definition dependent on this. I don't see schemes one is currently produces yes for things like differential. The entire AC is the reason why there is a differential between military workers speed level and workers speed, which means that I can't read differential because I have to pay every exact especially when I have to talk about poverty because keep from the ground. These also avoid this next predictability. It's already living wage only passed in specific cities and for specific people. Seattle has a living wage for specific only government contracts. It's one district is evidence means that's already successful. It's important. Also, I control the interest limits. The real world should be supported. Literally the limits. Standard is real is first. Never proves that the rest of the living wage is specifically this the military workers need this specific kind, whereas everyone else means that he just read out I do read out this evidence as part of the and apply to all workers, not just to apply to all workers. It's saying that it needs to apply to all workers within an industry or employer needs to apply to all workers that is consistent with my interpretation says U.S. military plays everyone administration limits. You can see the limits of most important author research. One solving terms there's only a maximum of 30 the entirety of others. There's evidence about every single interpretation on this percentage of the question in one turn. Where something negative interpretations also trust by critical limits topic literature. Resign every control every engaged in the first place. Destroy the verb also outweighs the target. If the one can the stories that I have the author is turned limits for negative interpretations also I have the same limits and my interpretation has
Okay, my word crashed, but please delete. Okay, yeah.
Mark 7 somewhere, right?
Yeah. We can always look for right now. You happy with it?
What's happening?
We're gonna use your prep on the.
Yeah, that's it, everything else.
You have
Hey, stop. Stop. Give him everything that you have.
That was awesome.
Wait again.
Yeah, I
Consistent at least.
the other stuff is an explanation of
This is
this.
the exact text of your pattern.
Twice before you answer this time.
And you read all of this?
I didn't read this. I did read. But, okay. Yeah, I didn't read any of this. I read that intro.
Minute 40?
Minute 40. It's called Buoyancy. Yeah.
Make sure you're perfectly happy with what you guys do before we start.
Okay. All right. Let's start again. So we're gonna start, I guess, with my definition. Go top down from my office. Counter. Ready? Topicality is a question of the best rule for debate. You conceded that continuous creation is a question of the most offensive rule. Also needs a lot of impact prediction of which interpretation is better. The phrase issue here is the number of acts that is possible under both rules, but you can see that limits is the most important voter. How many acts are possible in a rule? If there's a reduction past the threshold of unreasonable number of acts, you still go negative. You can see that the act has a slightly better matter, predictability, because there's still hundreds of different acts under my interpretation, because there are hundreds of countries. You still have a large number of acts to have on your specification press. None of these one is you keep having offense, you get all the evidence and every reason why you go negative. There's also no explanation of why the increase it from 200 to tens of thousands would actually be a good idea, which is the reason why you still go negative on a macro level. Now, I'm the only for a definition of what a living wage applies to and who it applies to. They have a label setting an ILO definition with intended fine, indicating that a living wage, according to ILO Convention 95 and 141, applies to all workers. Your writing needs to not make sense. First, you say the living wage for all workers could be okay because everyone's getting a living wage right now, except for a living wage. First, in contrary terms about how the Seattle Harbor and the other flow. Obviously, people are not getting a living wage. Second, this is just stupid. Some people are not getting a living wage right now because they're unemployed or because they have a low living wage. This is also just completely false. The current federal minimum wage in the U.S. is $7.25, and living wage should be at least $15 in some areas. That's routine movement. This is ridiculous, and you need to have a warrant to back it up, and you have any evidence that every single person except for military contractors are paying a living wage. Now, your next argument is that industry or employer has to have all workers. No, the definition is pretty clear. Living wage applies to all workers. It is not within a certain industry or specification. That's what I exclude. The evidence goes negative. You can call for it if you want, but it's because you're not limited to debate that. With mostly the overview, the good question here is the concessions that the government did all across the flow. It said the equivalent to the bifurcation is the best intent to define. So it was the evidence comparison. Most high international labor organization. They're the experts on what constitutes a living wage and what constitutes labor unions. They are international advocates in every single country, so they capture global consensus of what a living wage means. And this is a conceded vanguard reason why my treatment is better in terms of the semantic interpretation of the resolution. This is a framing issue because the real world debate that was your own argument. 1 yard. It is true that bifurcation is more real world because more qualified authors and advocates are claiming that it is, and then you should vote negative. Now go your line by line. You only answered the AP point, which means you should very clearly lose because there's a ton of drop stuff, but I'll answer whatever you said anyways. You're off the 8 point research for using long stack checks. That was on your counterfeitation. If you didn't answer the question, professional debates long stack also does not check because there are hundreds of different long stack. I'm not going to spend all day looking up I advocate a living wage and X, Y, Z converse. Instead, we try to write generics, and generics are applicable in my world. Then your world. The next argument is that terms limits because there are only 30 acts. The overview explains that there are at least 190 girls. You say that there will be solvency advocates and all of them. Neither my interpreter nor counter requires a solvency advocate, and obviously there would be. Even if that's true, there are probably interests by the combination of countries, such as my own Gulf Cooperation Council Act, or Greenhouse Act, which is like Malaysia and Indonesia, which is that the combination of countries would definitely solve your offense. Here, the framing issue is pretty clear here, which is that even my interest allows way really, really big, and so the expansion of your term is absurdly high, absurdly low limits, which you can put negative. Now, the next argument is that more working here. I'm not sure what this argument is, but this is going to turn into a big deal with who we are. Then everything was very clear in my flow, or very clear in your flow, and eventually clash again the rest of your argument. The B-point clash argument, you say that it's better for the negative because you cannot cover the gap. I'm not sure what this means. If you have a plan that you have the ability to have a lower you a number of arguments for your sides, you should prefer the negative because the negative has to have an adaptive strategy, and the high you ask me that I have to reach there. So you have to that they destroy that ground that the owner cannot cover. Why can't you cover it? If you have that that's true, you also have quantified the time skew debate. You've also stated on the app flow, on the RBI debate, the time skew is not a reason to vote affirmative or negative because the structure of the activity needs that you consented to whatever structural rules apply to the activity. You see that time skew is literally not an impact. It doesn't matter if it's affirmative or negative. It's harder. The question is how the limit debate works. Now the next argument is worse than negative, but this is a non sequitur. Literally the sentence he said was it's worse than negative because it's all your offense. Like that's not even English. Not a word. Your counter. You lose the debate because your benefit is not about this debate. Your benefit says that wage distribution is super important, but it does not say that when or whom a living wage would apply to. Call this evidence after ground. Like it's very obvious. It doesn't say a living wage applies to extra of workers. It doesn't. You lose the debate. You have no evidence for your interpretation. So how can you win this debate if you have no evidence for qualified author claiming that you're at a stop goal? How can you win this stop goal? Like evidence is a clear check on top how debates because you have no explanation of what your interpret is. You can have any app and just say that it's more fair. I can make healthcare and say that that's really educationalist. You need an interpret explanation of why you're at a stop goal. You're not trying to say it's better because different work can cover. The framing issue here is whether the neg or the app can read generics. In my interpretation, most countries have the same sort of labor structures. You have an economy with skilled workers and unskilled laborers, and then you have details about things like inflation or unemployment. But if the issue is with a specific worker, you can have specific evidence about, for instance, how the military is a monopoly, or about how your interpretation does not apply because there's been a historical wage decline in your specific sector. This basically kills net ground because in either world, we're going to be reading generics, but the question of whether those generics will apply or not, and as illustrated by this round, none of the next generics will apply. You specify who the workers are. Your two pieces of evidence. First, you say the ground is important because differential ground is key. Why is your differential ground key? The overview of it is pretty clear, which is that limits are the most important impact. You should care about how many negative work you from the next argument that you still get zombie tactics is defense, not offense. You say it's the root cause of wage increases is some sort of speculative argument. Like I don't know what this means to you. There's no evidence about it. There's no root cause claim. The question is what's more fair for the negative or affirmative. Next argument is key to predictability. I really don't see it. Seattle, living wage goes for anything that proves that they have a specific living wage. First off, like you have no evidence on this. Seattle's just untoppable. You can't just say that it's toppable because some people call it living wage somewhere. Second, you see that ILO is better in terms of intent to define. So even some people in Seattle thought that like a living wage should be applying to workers, it doesn't matter. And third, you have to compare it to my evidence or identity comparison. You say it's personal to the limits of real world, but this argument goes negative. Yeah, I'll see that real world is important, but bifurcation is definitely more evidence comparison. And you go negative, not with the second station of my argument, because you see a roll in 84 indicates that those are the most important. You have to be able to for literally everything, and so there's things you should decide on question what you also see that. So the argument is pretty clear. There are way more apps in your world than my world. Either way, the act is a ton of apps, and so you have the ability to specify. All of our arguments have no term link clear explanation, and you can see that my interpretation is better or evidence for Okay, order will just be topicality, obviously. We're just gonna go on the IMEs. Okay, we'll start with the first IME. That was, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Just start with the IMEs.
Starting with the iMeet and then.
The second IME.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it?
Right? Yep.
Okay.
Everyone good?
Big picture topicality is if he doesn't win if he doesn't want a violation to his specific interpretation, then he doesn't get any of the acts of the opposite. The first I mean, I think is negative has an obligation to prove that the affirmative is not a big wish to every other except the affirmative. Except the planting definition I read that says that in the military we specifically necessary to be military workers more people to stay away from the village also requires to be more money. This is conceded. So the question, first our response here is Seattle. Correspondent Seattle doesn't matter because I don't read evidence on it. That's argument that I read on my interpretation also about the evidence that this is not an example of liquid, it's not an example. Even if it is, it doesn't matter. But just because a small example doesn't disprove the general claim that. The second argument doesn't make any sense. Now, here's the big picture. If I win that the negative has the obligation to prove that the status quo is not a living wage, then you vote affirmative. Because that means that there is no definition for which if I win the negative, it's not. If I win the negative has the obligation to prove that the status quo is not a living wage, then you affirm because otherwise you assume that it is a living wage because that's the only metric that you have. Here's the big picture. He doesn't read any piece of evidence that the status quo isn't a living wage. I do read evidence that says military workers specifically aren't paid a living wage because they need more money because they're away from home the entire time. There is no evidence that is read at any point in the debate that says the status quo is not living wage. Now the evidence that is given to the plaintiffs says cooks and other workers already paid a living wage status quo. We do need a specific living wage for the military. Now that creates a differential that's sufficient use interpretation. That means that the negative should have the obligation. The point is that he reads topicality interpretation. I should have the obligation to defend what is outside the context of the plaintiff, but he should have an obligation to defend a differential. If he wants to read a violation, he has to defend that violation. If he wants to read topicality, he should have the evidence he wants to read the topicality. So it's not my burden to prove that the current status quo isn't a living wage, especially when the affirmative evidence is specific to why the military wage is not a living wage. Now, let's go to the second IME. This is where it's really game over for him. If you call for the article itself, here's an example the article gives of what is a fight for a living wage. The Asian four-wage alliance and international alliance of garment trade unions and labor rights activists from all across Asia came together in 2005 to demand workers paid a living wage. This is a specific example of how a specific industry demanded a living wage. Call for it. You can call for the article after the round and just read it. It says that there was a specific industry that demanded a living wage for that industry. Here's where it's game over. The affirmative thus meets this interpretation crossed by the interpretation of the plaintiff's example of the living wage passing a specific instance. His argument is that there is no real world example, and I have to read evidence for it. Good. This is the evidence. He says that his interpretation is this doesn't apply to all workers. My argument is that his interpretation, the way it is should be read, is that it should apply to all workers at a specific business hires. If you call for the text of the article after it is very clear that's how he intends it. My evidence is very specific how it gives an example of a living wage that was passed that was for a specific industry. That means that the affirmative meets the interpretation because the affirmative talks about how a specific industry should get a specific amount, not in general. So here's the big picture. This evidence is really good. This is the argument, the same argument in the last speech. Just call for the text of the article. Seriously, the text of the article says that here's a different example of a living wage that was passed for a specific sector. That means that the affirmative also meets the interpretation because we also passed for a specific sector. Now, the other argument is also very clear. He has the obligation to prove why this status quo isn't a living wage.
Alright. Can y'all email me anything around theory and anything else you develop?
Yeah.
What's your email? You know?
Oh, sorry. JDN625@beltap.net. JDN, my initials 625@beltap.net.
Baseball bell.
BELL, Bell.
Can you include me in the email and just reply all?
Okay. I'm gonna attach each other. Top down at the top.
I'll add things that were relevant to the T debater that I cross-applied.
related to the round request. I guess still want to see to give the green ball if you wrote something else next round.
Yeah.
It's Samuel Dewey at Gmail.
I can give sites, I can't give full text.
Yeah, so he wants to, so we have the plain text in the sites, I'm
Sure.
Copy. Where's the, just write down a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Here, this is. Sure. No. Spell personnel wrong, I hope that's not an issue.
Alright, just gotta kill you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still putting two things together.
It's useful.
I spelled personnel wrong.
That's fine.
Should I include the counter trip? I didn't go for it. I'm just gonna include stuff I've read on that mean space, that's fair. Okay.
Can you at least include the card mechanic?
Yeah.
And the article you're referring to is the insert card from the negative.
Yeah, I included the text of the article that I read in the speech.
Okay.
It's an H2. What was he have? This is green home? Okay, I sent the email.
You send us the sites, you send me the sites.
Yeah. Sorry, what's the email?
It's just my name, Samuel.Dewey. SAMUELDEUY.
Yeah, Gmail.
Gmail.
I'm generate a site document.
Yeah, real quick, Jeffrey, are there any of you who are available for both semi and finance? I am. Okay, Eric, right?
I am not.
I'll definitely do it for semis. I get to hear how they run for finals.
And your name?
Chicken meals.
I'm on a pretty good shirt and go shirt.
Real quick, sorry, what was your last name again? Legried, Legried. Cool, thanks.
Is it pronounced Legried or Legried?
Legried.
Really?
Yeah. I just gotta correct people. With any illusions whatsoever.
Aiden has been saying Legried.
Yeah, we thought he was
joking.
It's technically correct, yes.
Right. Message ready?
I'll go to one. Okay, interesting.
We got a decision.
Where's Sam? Where's everyone? Where's Sam?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Might as well too.
Anyone have means to contact Sam Beebe?
This is possibly the worst scenario possible.
People just been watching with a blank.
It's embarrassing.
What would you like to get streamed?
I don't know, dude.
I can feel the internet running through me.
Did you like perform?
I do have Sam Beebe somewhere. It might be 7 years old. So who knows?
You can also just like text screen on it.
And I got some.
You guys figure it out?
Yep.
You guys get together?
All right. Congratulations to both debaters. It is a 2-1 decision for the affirmative. Esquirrel, I think the problem for me is that until the 2AR, I don't have any warrants as to why one or the other of you needs evidence or what that evidence would look like on the violation debate, like the theoretical warrant regarding Clash. So then you say to the neg that it should be on the neg because otherwise that's like the Clash. I don't actually even catch the warrant, but I'm disregarding it because I don't have it in the 1A. So I'm not granting that or credence. I need to know either that I have a paradigmatic predisposition on this, that I like expect evidence from the negative, or I need to think that there's some evidence on the flow that results in it. The latter is where I vote. I don't have a warrant for the second I need in the 1AR, the reference to be like from organizations to specific sectors. So I'm not evaluating that or calling the article to look further. But the first I need, I think the question is whether the Seattle argument is giving me some reason to, like, whether I think that that is establishing that there is weight differential in the affirmative world, such that you're not applying to all sectors. His response to the card, you just kind of extend that, extend his argument that takes out Seattle because there's no empiric on it. My flow of that argument is that his response is that you don't have a card that says that what was patched in Seattle was a living wage, but I don't have him making the stronger argument that no empirical claim without empirical warrant, therefore disregard it. So I had you guys kind of agreeing on that there was something going on in Seattle. Maybe it wasn't a living wage for the topicality debate, but there were wage changes going on. That means that there is wage differential, or that is more of a reason to believe that there is wage differential, which establishes some reason for the violation. I think there's that doesn't obviously firmly establish a violation, but I think when your response is just you should just assume in the absence of any evidence, I think this counts as okay. So
I'll go next, please, and then you can go with him. First thing I want to say, you guys are incredibly talented. Someone else to sit over here that wasn't me, but the honest truth is, you asked me, we have a conversation before the round, you're going to vote on T. I say, oh, not if it's close. It's close. I vote on T if there's clear abuse, and I tell you as much, and I don't know why when you ask, I answer, and then you think it's going to change. So, I mean, debate something that talks about the military, hegemony, and whatever. Seems like there's a lot of stuff to link to. I told you as much. So,
all right, I can go. So starting the first, I meet that there are no other workers besides the military that are living in substandard conditions. Seems somewhat implausible to me at the face of it.
Yeah.
I don't think that you're winning this argument. I think he lists a few examples. Unemployed, I don't think makes any sense. Like that they don't get a wage. Yeah. Like, clearly, like there's no scenario where unemployed people would make a living wage or be required to get a living wage to universal basic income. The example I think is better is this Seattle argument. Like here's at least an example because it's a pretty low threshold. You assume that there's other people besides the military who live in substandard conditions, which is incredibly low. He says Seattle, the 5 through 15 proves people think that they're not in living wage conditions in the status quo. Your argument is to concede his argument that Seattle is not a representative example of the living wage. But at least by the way that I flowed the Seattle debate on the other section of this interpretation is that you said Seattle proves that there are fights for contractors. And his argument is, but that doesn't prove that contractors are a living wage. So the reason Seattle is irrelevant to the T debate is because it's contractors not universal. It doesn't disprove that Seattle proves an example of people thinking they are living in substandard conditions. And so I think it's at least evidence that there are other people living in substandard conditions, which meets the more than low bar that I think statistics I mean out. The second one is this initial question. So I don't know if this was the 1AR I meet argument. If it was, I didn't get it. I didn't think it was. And so I struggled for a little. The 2AR, the 2NR. On this I mean specifically, you say the evidence is clear, you should call for it. Warranted reasons why definitions are necessary, literature checks, etc. As a reason why if he doesn't meet his counterintuitive, he should automatically lose. So it seems like you've clearly established as of the 2NR that the meeting a definition in the literature is necessary. And so it seems like the 2AR is the first time you could at least exploit that argument. So I think the 2NR, at the very least, gives me credence if I was unclear otherwise. So I look at the card, and based on the article alone, I was honestly a bit confused, which maybe that's like all I had to go by. I'm probably going to vote affirmative because you have not established a violation of your evidence. I'm not even clear what a living wage is based off of it. It seems to me, based on my reading of it, that this is labor behind the label, not in fact quoting the ILO, which is the organization that qualified, but extrapolating from a number of recommendations that's picked out on the website. And there's a part that says it's rallying for garment workers specifically. And I was unclear whether that means they're fighting only for the garment workers, or that there's a fight for universal living wage coming from within the garment workers movement. There's another line that says, wages and benefits paid for a standard working week should meet at least legal or industry minimum wage standards. That's the clearest line, I think, in the evidence, that there needs to meet industry minimum wage standards. Still unclear to me as to whether that is a industry-specific minimum wage or it's like indexed by industry, but is otherwise universal. I really can't find a line in this card that I could tell you what the card means, which I think on its own would be enough for me to affirm, just based on like my inability to get a clear reading of this card from what seems to be multiple conflicting readings of paraphrased actual qualified people by a website who I have no idea what it is. But I actually went down and tracked the ILO recommendations, the ones that are being cited. One of them doesn't seem relevant at all. I don't even know why it's on this website or why they're pretending like it's about the living wage. The closest one that seems relevant, the ILO section 135 or whatever, specifically says the system of minimum wages may be applied to the wage earners covered pursuant to Article 1 of the Convention, either by fixing a single minimum wage of general application or by fixing a series of minimum wages applied to particular groups of workers. That seems like the clearest standard. You're even saying ILO comes first. And at the very least, it's a tiebreaker if I was uncertain. I was already leaning towards the affirmative view, and that seems like it's the burden on you to prove a violation for your own framing. And in fact, actually, none of these cards you mentioned living wage. That's an extrapolation from this website with no qualification of an ILO recommendation that only seems tangentially related. So I think that the article is at best unclear, and at worst for you, cites a recommendation that goes affirmative on this question.
Yeah. Good job, Bill.
Good one.